guys, welcome to the Cash Flow Talk Deal Makers. Oh my God, I'm super excited. I have these two rock stars today, the Mathis Twins. These guys are investors. They own 17 rental properties, over 200 wholesale deals and flips in 3.5 years in business. I've done a few deals with them. Great guys. It's nice to have a good relationship with good people. So I'm so blessed, man. I know you guys are super busy. And we've been planning these for a while, man. I'm so happy that you guys are able to spend a few minutes with me so we can do this. Guys, how are you?
Really good, man. Thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. Happy to be able to share as much as we can. So thanks for having us.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Thank you so much. So before I start, tell me a little bit about who you are, what do you do. By the way, it's the first time that I do an interview with two people, so getting out of the comfort zone. But who do you guys are, what do you do, and what do you do for business?
We're the Mathis Twins. We wholesale, rehab, landlord, and we also have a PPC company. We generate leads for other investors across America. So we do it all. We're in almost every facet of real estate, and as we was telling you, we have a development project that we're in the process of completing, so almost every facet.
That's awesome, guys. Tell me a little bit about, I say all the time, the hardest deal is the first one.
Yes.
Right? It's when you learn the most. Tell me a little bit about that first deal, how you got started, what got you into real estate investing.
We had a cleaning company before we started real estate, and he was about to have his first kid, and we was working a lot in the cleaning company. So he kind of forced us to sell that business, and then we started doing real estate. Our first deal was
too long
to
close.
So it took 6 months to close, but it took us, when we first started and we committed to 100% to finding a deal, it took us 3 months to find that deal. Then it took us 6 months to actually close on the deal.
Wow.
It was so much going on with that deal, but we finally got it closed. We made really good money, and then from there we just was off and running.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome, guys. Guys, if you like what you're hearing, subscribe to the channel below, Cash Flow Talk, and give us some comments. If you guys have any questions, I'll tag these two guys. So even if after the interview, if you guys have any questions, they'll be happy to answer them.
Yep.
Guys, tell me a little bit about, you guys got into the business 3.5 years ago, into the South Florida market business. It's changed so much since when I started. But tell me your perspective. What do you guys see in the South Florida market today as an investor, as a landlord, as a wholesaler?
So as you know, as we all know, things are changing. When we first started, deals were a little easier to come by. It's tougher now. There's not that much inventory, but overall, I think the market is still strong. I don't think prices are going to go up anymore, but interest rates are still down. Buyers are buying. Our rehabs are selling. So, I mean, that's a good thing for us.
But one thing that we did notice just recently, last year, we were able to put a house on the market after we rehab it, and it'll go into contract in less than 5 days. Now we're looking at about 8 to 12 days. So,
which is also good, man. I mean, 8 to 12 days to get a property sold. Funny story, I'm doing a rehab in Deerfield, and we listed it on Wednesday, and a few weeks back, and by Friday we had like 5 offers.
Wow.
It's about making sure that the numbers are right. I say it all the time. You make your money, and we were talking before I hit the record button. You make the money on the purchase. You collect it on the resale. But if you buy good at a good price, at a good discounted price, you're going to be able to make a good money. You're going to have different exit strategies. And if you do a good renovation, it's going to sell quick, man. People are looking for nice housing at a good price. Under $450,000 would be a nice price niche that I try to focus on because they sell a lot quicker.
Definitely.
Guys, there's a question that I ask most investors because everybody has a different idea about this. Would you guys rent or buy the house where you live in?
I'll go first. Right now, I do own my own house, but for me, if it was my choice, I would rent.
Okay.
Because as a landlord, when something goes wrong, who fix it? You as the landlord. Whereas in my own personal house, I have to pay for all the repairs. So that's my take on it.
My take is everything has its pros and its cons.
Yeah.
When you're renting, you're not locked down to one specific property, which I think is a pro. However, you can't save up money. You're always paying someone else's mortgage. The pro to having your own house is you buy it, and if you buy it right, you have some equity. When you want to make an investment, you can do what I'm currently doing, which is refinance, take some cash out, and go make an investment or go do whatever you want with the extra cash. So everything has its pros and its cons. But for me, I would say buy your own home.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What is your give me some tips for the new investor, for the person that is thinking about maybe getting into real estate, that maybe he's a little bit advanced in the real estate, but he's not the guru. But what would you tell this person? Hey, give me some tips, give me some advice on becoming an investor.
For me, when we first started, we always knew that if you want to do something, you have to educate yourself, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people, they want to take the easy way out and do the YouTube education, and there's nothing wrong with that. Listening to interviews like this, I think help, but I also think you should find a mentor, whether it's Camilo or somebody, and pay them for their time, mm-hmm. and make them commit to teaching you real estate. Because for us, once we started to remove those barriers and start to pay for other people to teach us real estate, our business went from here to here quick.
And then, my 2 cents on it is mindset. You have to have the right mindset to, succeed at anything that you want to do. Mm-hmm. You're going to face trials. You're going to have tribulations. There's going to be struggles. But if you have the right mindset, you can get out of any situation or any issue that you're facing. Mm-hmm. You can figure it out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, don't get me wrong. We hear that all the time from everybody. Have the right mindset. Have the right team. Have the right people. Give me a little more meat. You guys are going into a property. You guys have a lead of these 80-something-year-old person that wants to sell their house because their wife or husband died or something like that. You want to help them out. What are your priorities, or how do you understand, hey, this is a really good deal? How do you understand it's a really good deal? How do you make the decision this is a deal to move forward on? It's a good property. Give me a little bit more.
If you're first starting out, it's like he said, having a mentor. We had a mentor, and we would be sitting in front of a seller, and I'll say, hey, give me a second. Let me call my partner, and I'll explain the situation. I'll explain the issue to him, and he'll be able to answer that question for us. So for us, man, we didn't know a lot when we first started, but just having the right group of people, having the right mentors, and people that you can call on, that's genuine, that's going to help you, and that's going to answer those questions that you have.
And we do that now. We have people that have reached out to us via social media. They want to get into the business. They will call us while they're sitting with the seller, or step outside and say, hey, let me talk to my partners, and we will coach them through the deal, which has made a tremendous. It helps somebody a lot. So
that's awesome. So a property, obviously the cheaper the better. But what's your goal? Let's say a property's worth, I don't know, $200,000. If I tell you, hey, the property you can buy from me for $180,000, that's not a good deal. If you tell me, hey, you can get it for $60,000, of course it's a good deal. What's your line? What percentage, or where do you think you need to be at?
It depends on what strategy we're going to implement, whether we're going to wholesale it, rehab it, or keep it as a rental. Okay. So for a wholesale, we know we have a certain profit percentage that we want to make on the deal, and it's the same thing for rehab. Mm-hmm. For us, we're in this business to make money, not just to post things on social media and say, "Oh, I'm flipping houses" or "I'm in the real estate game." Yeah. So it's all about the numbers. It just depends on what strategy that we want to implement, and based on that strategy, we know, okay, if I want to buy it as a rental, I need to be at this price. If I want to wholesale it, I need to be here. If I want to rehab it, I need to be at this price. So it's just really what strategy we want to implement for that property.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So guys, again, subscribe to the channel below. Give us some comments. Give us some love. And again, if you're watching these on Instagram or Facebook, also give us some comments and share with your people. I'll tag these two awesome guys. So now, 17 rentals, 200 plus wholesale deals and flips, 3.5 years in experience. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Why is real estate the vehicle for you guys?
Because leverage, right? A lot of people always say, I need money to get in real estate. No, let me tell you, you don't need money to get into real estate. What you need is, in my opinion, is the ability to overcome all the obstacles that you're going to face and to find the deal. One thing we learned, and I'm happy we learned it early, if you find the deal, the money is there. That goes back to what he said about the mindset. Stop saying, I need money. You don't need money. What you need is that mindset to know I can go find the deal, and then I'll call somebody like the Mathis Twins or Camilo to help me structure it and to get the deal funded.
Absolutely. So
for us, to answer your question, 5 to 10 years, we want to get into that apartment space. So last year we brought, as you told you, a few units. We're looking to buy more apartment complexes and also to grow our online PPC business. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, guys. To complement on what you said, I say it all the time. You don't need money to start being a real estate investor, but you do need money to make deals happen. If you have money, if you can leverage money, and if you have your own money, you're gonna grow much faster. You're gonna go much deeper. Obviously, you can partner up with people, but it's not the same to get 50% of a deal than if you get 100% of the deal. Yeah. At the end of the day, the person that makes the most money, because they have deeper pockets.
Yeah.
Being realistic, I'm not saying I started with no money, no credit, no experience. You guys can watch all the YouTube videos that I've done on this, and it's not an excuse. But like you were saying, yes, that's true. You find the deal first before finding the money first. Right. You can have a ton of money and no deals. Good luck with you, man.
Well, and just we got to agree to disagree. For us, we have this mindset of we would much rather take 25 to 40% of a watermelon than 100% of a grape. And for us, we found that to work best because if you can structure the deal right and you can raise private money and you can do those type of things, you can really speed up the process.
Absolutely. And I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is that you don't need money because you can do all these things. Yeah. But with money, you grow much faster is what I'm saying. You can tackle more deals, you can leverage more and not have to pay so much money in financing expenses, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, you don't need money to start, but with money, you're going to be able to. But that's why you wholesale, that's why you flip, to get the capital so you can leverage and grow faster. Definitely. Guys, on the YouTube channel, I'm doing this YouTube channel videos, deal makers on Wednesdays, by the way, because I want to interview deal makers. I just don't want to interview YouTubers and famous people. I want to interview people that are moving the economy, people that are doing a deal a week, a deal a month, a deal a year, people that are making things happen. I want to also even interview the 9-to-5 person that has been struggling to save some money, but they were able to buy one rental property. Yeah. They don't need to be a huge investor. But the reason why I'm telling you guys this, because I'm so blessed to be on with you guys today, having you on today, because not just we're providing value to you guys, the audience, but I'm learning a lot from these guys and from everybody that I am interviewing. And I want to ask you another question before then. I want to share with you guys which is going to lead me to my question. Okay. Also, my YouTube channel on Fridays, I have something called Shit Happens. And shit happens is I'm tired of the fakers online sharing the good things that happen in business. I want to share the bad and the ugly, but what I learned from it. Check it out on YouTube every Friday at 2 p.m. What is the some things that have happened to you that you say, oh my God, shit happened, but what did you learn from it? One deal that fell through, one relationship that didn't go right, one eviction that didn't go right, one lawsuit that you guys received. What is something, and I know we can go on and on and on. But what did you learn from it, or how did you move on?
One thing that I would say is just people. Any business, anything you get involved in, people are involved. So you want to make sure that you have the right people on your team. So whether it's you're rehabbing or whether you're a landlord, so it's qualifying your tenants properly. So we're having an issue right now with one of our tenants, and we can't obviously talk too much about it. But
you can tell the story if you want.
So long story short, that tenant. I don't think we're going to have to evict her, but she's creating a bad culture at one of the buildings that we own. Mm-hmm. And for us, we're learning, okay, how to deal with it the right way. Being ethical about doing things, even though that's not being reciprocated to us. So that's one thing that we can that we can share. We've had many deals fall through. For so many different reasons. And
Something just recently. So we've been rehabbing properties for some time now, and every time we reach out to one of our mentors that have done a lot of deals, they would always tell us secure your property. They would always tell us secure the property. We would always say, oh, it's not that big of a deal. They said it's not that big of a deal until it happens. Mm-hmm. Just recently, actually 2 months ago, we listed the property. The next day we had like 8 showings. The first showing was at 9:00. Somebody calls him and says, listen, you're the agent
who had the buyer.
The front door is open and there's no appliances in your house.
Oh my God.
So from that experience, we learned that, yes, that was something that was bad. But if you look at everything as a negative situation, then you're going to be a miserable person. what we learned was, okay, we should have listened to our mentors. We should have put the security in the property in the first place, and we could have avoided this.
So that's one of the goals. The shit happens is not just what happened, but what did you learn? So one thing is secure the property. What's another lesson that you guys can? Because that has happened to me. I can tell you 4 or 5 times. It could have happened more times because I learned the lesson. Yeah. Another thing that I do is I don't put the appliances until the day of closing. Right. I tell it in the contract appliances will be installed, or I give the buyer a $1,500 credit so they can go to BrandsMart and they can buy their own appliances. That way you can save some money. Right. So that's awesome, guys. If you had to start over 100%, you lose all the rentals, you lose all the deals, you lose everything that you guys have. Yeah. How would you start over again?
I would move to Dallas. I love the Texas market. And I just feel like the Texas market is somewhat a lot more stable. Okay. And with it being one of the metropolitan areas in the United States, I feel like it's one of those stable markets where it's not going up too much, it's not going down too much. It's really stable, and I just love everything about Texas.
I mean, to simplify that answer, I mean, I would just start wholesaling again. Yeah. You don't need any cash to get started. You get out there, you find you a deal, you find your buyer, you sell it, you make a few grand. You keep doing it, and eventually you build up enough capital to where you can either start fixing and flipping or go and buy you a rental property.
That's awesome, guys. Hey, follow these guys, the Mathis Twins. His company is Freedom Source. Follow them on Facebook, on Instagram, and contact them if you guys want to as the Freedom Source. I'm very excited about learning every single day. I read a lot. I learn a lot from audiobooks. I only listen to music in my car when my daughter's right behind me and I'm listening to Mickey Mouse. Otherwise, I'm listening to big names out there and big books. What is the one book or one podcast or one YouTube channel that you guys would recommend to the viewers about real estate? Don't tell me Think and Grow Rich. Everybody says the same thing. Give me a little bit more.
One book that I'm reading right now that I would recommend any and everybody to read is called The Energy Bus. It's all about mindset. It's all about having the right people on your bus, and it's all about you being a leader and directing your bus and letting your team know, okay, this is where our bus is going. You're either going to be on my bus or you're going to be off of my bus. So The Energy Bus is a book that I would highly, highly recommend everyone to read.
You said a real estate book.
A business book. That's great.
For me, it would be The Power of Broke by Damon John. Okay. In that book, he talks about broke is not only not having money, right? Some people, when they first started, they had money, but they didn't have support. Some people have support, but they don't have money. Mm-hmm. Some people, they don't have any knowledge. Mm-hmm. So The Power of Broke, for me, it created a new mindset of, you know what? I may not have money, but I have the ability to do whatever I set my mind to. So The Power of Broke by Damon John is a great book.
That's awesome, guys. Before I get to the fun round, which is going to be quick questions, quick answers, I asked the guys, the viewers, to subscribe to the channel below. One thing is, if they hear from me, would you guys ask the viewers to subscribe to the Cash Flow Talk?
Please, listen. It's not... Camilo is one of the smartest guys and smartest minds that's here in the South Florida market. He's a guy that's actually doing deals. Even before we got started with this interview, we had a 45-minute conversation that we're going to continue after the interview about what he's doing, other markets that he's expanding to, how we can leverage our current portfolio to do bigger and better deals. So really, guys, please subscribe. Camilo has a bunch of wealth and knowledge that he can share with you guys.
What an awesome testimonial, man. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
But it's the truth, man.
Guys, quick round. 1 minute. Quick answers, just 1 or 2 words, whatever comes to your mind. What advice would you give your 20-year-old self?
Get started in real estate.
Get started in real estate.
What did you want to do when you were a kid?
I wanted to own McDonald's franchises.
Okay. I wanted to be a football player.
I want to be a police officer. Who was your idol when you were a kid?
My grandfather.
My grandfather, yeah.
Okay, very nice. Michael Jordan for me. I feel guilty. Favorite class in school?
My favorite class was acting, because I talk a lot.
Okay.
Anatomy and physiology.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And worst class in school?
Math. Anything in math.
I hate math.
And now all you're doing is math. Oh, God. Were you a nerd or a school clown?
School clown.
Clown, for sure.
Okay, good. What do you always carry with you that is not your cell phone or keys or wallet?
My Bible.
Your Bible?
My wallet.
Not
your
keys and
keys and
wallet.
Oh, not my keys and wallet. Some headphones.
Headphones. There you go. Favorite all-time movie.
Paid in full.
Paid in full for me as well.
Okay. Any sport? Football.
Football.
Yeah.
Awesome. What do you do to relax after a long day of work?
Spend time with my daughter.
Same. Spend time with kids.
Awesome. Me too. If you didn't do what you do today, what would you have loved to do? Football, I guess.
No, for me, be a doctor.
Really?
Yeah, be a doctor. So I wanted to be a doctor. Side note, sorry.
That's
I wanted to be a doctor, and then when I went to school and college, they showed me the curriculum guide, chemistry, anatomy and physiology 1, biochem. I'm like, no, I don't want to be a doctor. I want to go do business.
Yeah. Okay. And what would you have loved to do if you had the talent for it?
Sing. I wish I was a singer.
Play piano.
Yeah, okay. If you could spend a day with anybody in the world, who would it be?
Jeff Bezos for me.
Mark Cuban.
Oh, Mark Cuban, for sure. You're a Dallas guy. Yeah. If you could change, that's the last question. If you could change something in the world, what would it be?
Poverty.
I would a rule that it's required to share love with other people some way somehow, but we need more love in this world.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thank you so much. I told you guys it was going to be short and sweet, 20 minutes. What a powerful interview, guys. Not just value to you guys, but to me as well. So I'm grateful for their time. I'm grateful for the partnership. And I hope we can do a lot of more deals together, man.
Definitely,
and thanks
man.
for that testimonial.
Guys, subscribe, please. Camilo has some good information, some good knowledge. He's doing deals. He's building a team. He's building a portfolio. Subscribe.
That's awesome, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, brother.
Take care, man.